Hey guys, today we're going to talk about low back pain, all right? I mean, it can be very irritating. I'm going to show you some great things you can do to actually help yourself. Most back pain comes from sitting way too long. So sitting kills your lower back, all right? I'm just curious, how many hours do you sit on a given day? Go ahead and tell me down below in the comment section. Personally, I sit way too long. So what happens when you're sitting or sitting when you're driving is you basically lose the lower back curvature. Normally, in your lower back, you need this curve that goes forward. When you lose the curve, you create a lot of compression on those discs and the nerve roots. And you create sciatica, and you create, which is pain down the leg, and you create muscle spasm and all sorts of imbalances because you need this curve to act as a cushion to support your upper torso. So when you don't have the curve, it creates a lot more pressure on the discs. Same thing happens with your neck as well. You need a curve in your neck. Now the techniques I'm going to show you are basically 6, and they involve a foam roller, okay? Now I couldn't really find the foam roller that I wanted because, for example, like this one, it's too big, all right? It's going, if you put it in your lower back, it's gonna actually hurt. And then what I did is I got a softer one, right? Still didn't work. So then I got a little bit smaller one, but it's just too firm. So then I had a bright idea. What I did is I basically just cut this thing right in half, okay? And this is what it looks like right here. Very simple. And the reason that I like this shape is that the back part stabilizes on a chair very, very nicely. It doesn't slip around. It kind of sticks to the chair. Now, you don't have to get mine. You can make your own. You can roll up a towel really tight. But I'm going to show you how to do these procedures with this foam roller, okay? So no one, when they're sitting in a chair, sits up nice and tall. They kind of slouch right here. Now, if you look at my lower back, it's rounded, okay? So I'm losing the lower back curve. Now, there's several problems with this. Number one, my pelvis is constantly going back this way, and I'm losing the lower back curve. So it's actually reversing the curve just as I'm sitting right here. Not to mention driving in my car, the same deal. I'm always losing that curve, okay? Or taking a plane somewhere, those chairs are terrible. They're very cramped, and they have no support for your lower back, okay? So I'm going to show you the first thing. You basically put it right in your lower back, not at the very lower back, but a little bit higher up. You know, there's 5 lumbar vertebrae, and you have your ribs that come off through here. So this, you want this directly underneath your ribs, okay? At like L2, L1 area, which is right about here. So you just kind of lean back and it puts the curve right back really nicely. It's not too big where it's actually sitting out like this. And it's just really comfortable and it supports my lower back. All right, the next thing you want to do, because you want to create more motion. If you're sitting all day long, just like this, it's going to be uncomfortable as well because your body needs to move around. So I like to rotate between this position right here and this position right here. I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to lay it flat right on the chair right here. And I'm going to sit back. So my sacrum, okay, which is that you're right in the back part of your pelvis, rocks forward. Okay, so I'm allowing this curve to very gently push on my sacrum to rock forward like here. Now my lower back curve is actually going forward and it feels very, very relaxed. And you'll notice when your curve is forward, all the muscles like just melt. There's no tightness anymore. So I'll do this for a while and then I might go back to this right here, back and forth. Another really good stretch you can do, and you just raise it up right here and you can just lean back and stretch right over certain pivot points. So I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to go a little bit lower and I'm just going to stretch. This is like T12, the thoracic vertebra 12. I'm going to stretch back. Okay. And I'm going to go to T9. Okay. I'm going to stretch back through here. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of push up this way. Stretch back and go all the way up my spine. The nice thing about this is it kind of sticks on the chair real nicely. And I can create a nice backward stretch. There's a lot of ligaments in the back and muscles as well. On the front part of the vertebra, it's called the anterior longitudinal ligament. And with gravity, it tends to cause people to go forward and kind of get stuck in this posture right here. So this tends to reverse that posture and it gives you a lot of relief. And it just so happens a lot of those nerve endings through the mid-back are related to something called the sympathetic nervous system. That's where it's located. And so when you do this, it creates a lot of relaxation. Okay, so it feels really good. So I'll actually do the lower back right here, okay, which is very, very relaxing. And then I'll switch to this right here, back and forth through the day. Okay, I might do the other stretches right here because I'd sit a long time during the day doing my research. Okay, stretch that. But then what we do is we take this on your butt bone. It's called ischial tuberosity. There's two bones that you sit on. Okay, it's part of your pelvis. And what you do is you just take this right here and you sit on it on one side. Okay, and what this is going to do, it's going to cause your pelvis to tilt to the side, this way, to the left side right here. And you're going to be stretching all the muscles on the left side. The oblique muscles, another muscle called the quadratus lumborum, the psoas, all these muscles you're going to stretch to the side. And this will allow you to give your lower back some more motion and symmetry. Now, when you actually stretch to this side and you compare it to the other side, you're going to feel one side's going to be tighter usually. So I'm going to do this side. And what you want to do is just take the tight side and really work that more than the other side. And what you're doing is you're just creating symmetry in your lower back. It gives your lower back a lot of relief. This is basically what I do because I'm sitting a lot. Now, okay, so we got that. The next stretch I'm going to show you is you put this right underneath your hamstring, okay? Right here. So it raises the leg up, the femur, and then you lean forward and you can stretch this way, okay? But what I like to do is I like to cross my leg and it's all nice and raised, and I like to kind of get this a little bit higher up this way and lean forward and really kind of stretch the lower back, the glutes, and all the muscles in the lower back, so I create some space, okay? So stretching that side as well as a little bit on the hamstring. Then I'll take it on the left side, and again, I'm comparing left to right, and I'm stretching the one that needs to be stretched more. It feels really good when you do this because it gives you a lot of relief and space. So I'll do that side right there, okay? So just to recap, lower back push in right here, lay it flat back right here. Let the little round part rock your pelvis forward, okay? You could do the mid-back as well to reverse the hunchback that people are getting all the time, okay? And then I'll do this, it's called ischial tuberosity, or just the butt bone, and I'll stretch it going. You're basically stretching the pelvis to one side, okay? And I'm feeling the tightness, comparing it to the other side, and I'm going to take the side that's more tight, and I'm going to take the side that's more restricted and stretch that more. Okay, but it feels really, really good, okay? All right, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing right here underneath my hamstring. I'll start with this side just to keep it. Okay, and then I'll cross my leg and lean forward. So I'm really taking the muscles in your butt muscle, which is called gluteus, and the back, and I'm just stretching all those muscles really nicely, creating a nice space. And this kind of will save your lower back. It keeps the curve in the lower back. It keeps the back from getting stiff. And that way you can sit longer, right? You can sit for 18 hours instead of 8 hours. But on a flight, oh my gosh, this will save you when you're flying long distances because it's so uncomfortable sitting in those chairs. All right, now the question is, can you use it in your car? Possibly. It depends on how your seat is positioned. If it wraps around you, it might be more difficult. But if it's flat, it would work fine. So you can try that. All right, and there's one last stretch I'm going to show you, which basically involves just stretching your calves, okay? And you're going to basically stretch your calf like this right here. And why do you want to stretch the calf? Well, simply because the lower back muscles are connected to the hamstring, which is connected to the calf. And if you stretch this, it creates more space. Okay, so the entire back could be stretched by stretching your calf. And I'm just going to do both sides right here. And that'll actually create more space. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And go ahead and try this out and let me know through the comments section below how it can help you. And I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, real quick, I have a new healthy keto eating plan for you. Just go to drberg.com. It's right on the front page. I put a link down below. Download it. It's free. Check it out.